It's Larry within his hands. We are out on another adventure today, actually a continuation of adventure that started yesterday. Yesterday we were at the Jackson Jungle Playground to do some metal detecting, and if you've watched the video, you know that I was expecting rain, and it did come. So we only got a couple hours of hunt in. But there are a lot of things that we haven't done here yet, so we are back here again today. We're going to finish the playground. Hopefully, right now there are some kids on the playground, so we're not going to mess with that right now. And this playground is in Jackson, New Jersey. As I've said, it is visited quite heavily by Hasidic Jews. So they are. They come here quite often, and because yesterday was a holy day, they are here today, and they are enjoying themselves. So we're going to let them continue to enjoy themselves, and we're going to get to it. But to give you again an idea of where we're at. So this is the Jackson Jungle. This area right here in front of me, we have not done, as well as the exit over there with the spiral slide. So we're going to go into here and work our way across and come out over by the spiral slide. So we're going to do that. Plus we're hoping to get to the beach volleyball court. And this parking lot is one that I explained in yesterday's video that I found a lot of money in this parking lot. I guess when you're putting your kids in your car, you got change in your hand or whatever, it falls, but there's a lot here. So we're going to look into that also. And there's a trail over there that we're going to go on. A lot of kids go on that trail. And God's put upon my heart to take the metal detector down the trail, see what's there. So we are going to have a great time today. And I also have another small sermon in store for today. So stay tuned and let's get moving. So you can see we're still here at the car. But remember I told you I was going to do the parking lot. So I turned the machine on. I did some ground balancing. And then when I was putting it back, I got a hit right here, a 42. And I don't know if you can see it in the hole. But there is our first penny of the day. And let me check out a date here. Actually, that's our first copper penny of the day. 1968. Right out of the parking lot. So we're still in the parking lot. Getting another 42 right here. So we'll go down and get our penny. And there we go. Second penny. Having a blast. Getting a 44, 45. So let me pinpoint this. Actually, it's coming up more 45, 46 now. And I can't tell what year, but that's our first dime. Praise the Lord. I'll get a 40, 41. And we're not even 3 feet from the car yet. And because the parking lot's muddy, everything's going to be muddy. But there's our third penny of the day. Steady 46 right here. And, believe it or not, this is a copper pipe, water pipe. Not sure why it's in the parking lot, but it isn't anymore. So another 45, 46. Another dime. I'm telling you, when you go to these places and they have parking lots, check the parking lot. Because that's 23 cents, and there's my car. So we didn't get far, but 23 cents already, and I'm having a great time. So who knows what to expect here. Pretty jumpy target. And another house key. Remember, we found one yesterday. I think maybe copper penny. I don't know. We'll find out. Nope, third dime. So that's 33 cents, 6 feet from the car. Have a great day. So I like to record the bad stuff too. And I don't know if you can see it down there. Pull tabs are everywhere. Now there's a real choppy signal from 17 to 58. And it's giving me that tone, but not far down. But maybe it is. And I'm getting some kind of fabric down there. So I'm not sure why that would be under the parking lot, but it is. So we're not going to go any further. What is that? Nice thing about being a treasure hunter is you don't have to know to be curious. And we're in line with where we get that other junky signal. And I think it might be something along the same line of the fabric. No, it was a different number. Oh, that could be my first quarter of the day. A little off. And there we have it. First quarter of the day. Thank the Lord. Another good sound. Probably another penny. And there we have it. Another muddy penny. Okay. Let's see where it's at. Right there. Oh, pretty jumpy. And there we have it. Another copper penny. And I'm telling you, there's my car. Quarter, 3 dimes, 2 copper pennies, and 3 memorial or 3 zinc pennies. All in this distance. Check out the parking lots. And I continue to get signals here. So obviously there are more coins here. And you can see that sticking up right out of the dirt. There's a zinker. Right where we dug a copper penny. Getting another one. If you look at this one, that is almost 2, well, I would say at least a third of the way eaten away. It's a zinc penny. So now we're clear. Out there's where we were. That's as far as we got. So there's two spots that I've identified as being penny makers. There's one. There's two. Parking lots are fun. There we were. Here we are. And there we have it. All right, there you guys go. And I know you can't see it, but I can. There's another memorial. So, 11 pennies, 3 dimes, and 1 quarter, and that from the right rear of my vehicle in this little parking lot. That's where that's all been found. Not sure. And there we have the cycle. Just that far from my car. Quarter, 3 dimes, 11 pennies, and now a nickel. All right, so I'm looking to all my professional buddies. What would you think? Well, a lot of people would think, don't dig it. But out of curiosity, now I have to. piece of copper wire. But now I know why it was so sporadic. And curiosity didn't kill me. But I'm not a cat. Probably another penny. And there we have it, just that fast. Started 27. There we have it. We got it out. You can snap it in that plug there. What is it? Oh, I have a treasure finder's treasure. Look at that. We've got a pull tab. Oh, wow. The pirates have been here. They buried their treasure here. Isn't that great? Yeah, I know I need to be examined. They have been examined. They found that there was no. All right, let's go get our next penny. So that last one turned out to be fabric again. So here we go. I didn't think it was too far down, but let's take a peek. This one I can't find. So let's start over. We're finding it right there. And it's only about 3 bars down. And now it's time for excavation. I said on the playground we don't do it. In the parking lot it's okay. I'm here to patch the hole I'm gonna dig. But even still in the parking lot, we're not going too far. You still can't find anything. And you know what? It was probably only a penny. Not that only means only, but only means it's not worth sitting here for a week to figure it out. All right, so I think we have it figured out. There's the sign. If I follow this, maybe there's a pipe underground. I'm getting really wacky signals here. So that's what I'm thinking. All right, so another possible target. I'm thinking maybe pull tab. And I am wrong, it's not a pull tab. It's another penny. So into that hole, we were getting all kinds of numbers. I don't know if you can see it right there by my pen pointer. But here is a zinc penny that got eaten for lunch. Pretty strong. And I don't know if you can see it down there. Let me bring it out for you. And there we have a soda can. You find them in the parking lot too. But it's no longer there. Little Target. Point it. Now let's go get it. So we did get it out of the hole. I'm not really sure what it is. It's not a coin. Looks like a cap or something. It's a smashed bottle cap. Cool. Haha, told ya. Right there, I was getting a 2022. And see what I mean by, if you watched yesterday's video, you know that I said that God has a sense of humor when it comes to targets. I dropped it. But here is part of a beaver tail and sounded just like gold. But it's not. 42, 43 right there. Hear that sound? Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. There's something, some kind of junk buried underneath there. That's as far as we go. I'm getting a real good signal going through here. $42, $46, so I'm thinking that maybe there's somewhere in here is a copper penny. is our culprit. Although it is pretty nice looking. It's a grate off of something, and it's probably old. Look at the designs on that. I'm going to keep that, well, at least till I get ready to throw it away. Sounds like a nickel. Some kind of metal, but I'm willing to bet what we're getting is more of it down there. So that could be our second quarter of the day, and if you look down there, you see it right there. All right, so where is it? There is another dime. So that's dime number 5. So there's probably another penny. Have our next penny. Another 46. So I don't even know the date, but from the VDI I know it's a copper. See, that's where we were on the playground. Here's the volleyball court. There's still kids on the playground, so we're gonna do that and the trail another day, and we're going to concentrate on the volleyball court and then getting home because it's already 3 o'clock in the afternoon and it gets dark now, and it's still about 4:45. So the first target here, well, I don't remember the VDI, but there you have it. And one of those little pull pins. That's pretty cool, and I could use one of these at home. Not sure what it is, but I do see it. Look at the size of that washer. Now, how did that end up on the volleyball court? I don't know, but it ain't here no more. Well, it's pretty sporadic. But it is in the high 40s, mid 50s. Got my little sand scoop here. And I'm getting that signal, but we have another one. So that's 2 of these washers that was found out here. Somebody using to hit somebody? I don't know. That's cool. So I just went to check out that piece of foam. I wasn't sure what it was. And on my way back to the court, here we go. Somewhere out there. Well, there's probably a penny here, but I'm down about 6 inches already, so I'm going to hang it up on this one. So in that hole, we were getting at 26. And I have it out. I'm expecting to find a nickel. But you gotta remember, we're next to a volleyball court. And what do people do at the volleyball court? So, remember, beaver tails, or excuse me, 10 sounds like gold. Pull tabs sound like nickels. And bottle caps sound like quarters. God sure has a sense of humor. Wow, my first real good target. My first real good target out here on this volleyball court. And there we have our penny. It's a zinker, but hey, it's the first target that I've gotten that's actually keepable on this court. I knew something had to be here. Let's take it down a little ways. 46, 45. And this one. All right, we got it out. And there we have a dime. So we got a penny and a dime off the beach volleyball court. I would call that a success. $41, pretty far down there. How far are we willing to go for a penny? Well, if I run into someone that speaks Chinese, then I'm going to stop. Still down there. And I have it out. And there's my penny. And guess what? The legend just died. So we're going to wrap it up, guys. Thanks for coming along. But I'll do a finds video later. But since I don't have a metal detector, I don't want to go back to the car to get a battery just to do this little bit. So we'll do it another time. But thanks for coming along. I'll do the finds video later. And well, we'll see what this week has in store. All right, so right here we're getting a 45, 46. I'm thinking maybe we could have our second dime of the day. Right there, get a plastic bottle cap off the ground. The search. Now I know why they call it treasure hunting. You don't always know where the heck it's at. But we keep hunting. And there we have our second dime of the day. Oh, sorry. That's not a dime. I thought it was. That's another copper penny. $1960 something. That's pretty cool though. We'll take it. Well, not that we won't take it. We're not going to put it back. You know what I mean? I always understood why we say that. Always misunderstood why we say that. See, I get confused even talking to myself sometimes. I'll take it. What am I going to do? Put it back? And sometimes surface finds I leave. Some little girl lost her, I guess it's flamingo colored, peach colored glove, but we'll leave it here. Hopefully she'll come back sometime with her parents and find her glove. So I was getting a junky signal, 3130. And you see that chain in front of me? That must have been for an old piece of playground equipment. But we'll get that out of here. This hole here, I was getting a 46. And you can see we're down about 6 inches. And I wasn't sure what we were going to find, but we got a really beautiful copper penny. We're getting a 41, 42 here. So let's look into it. Actually, not look into it. Let's dig it up and see what it is. Where are you hiding? There is my culprit. Tinfoil. Looks like a gum wrapper, wadded up. So we're getting a 41, 42 underneath this little gymnasium thing here. Sorry about that, didn't mean to shake you guys up. And now, my first day metal detecting, I found my silver ring with the 20 little diamonds in the shape of a heart. I was out not too long ago beach hunting at a lake beach, and I just prayed and asked God to help me find a ring. And I did. It was an old junky silver ring in the shape of like a rope braid. And I haven't found but those two rings until today. And I know it's a junker, but I can't tell you what this means to me. This means to me, and yeah, it may sound like I'm crying, but I'm so grateful. There are stones on this as well as silver and gold color. But what it means to me is it's a gift. It's God's gift to me for today, a special hunt. And I'm very grateful for that. Thank you, Father. 41, 42 down there. Not too far down either, so of course you know I want that penny. For those of you who don't know, my last name is Penny Packer. That's right. So I want these pennies. And there we have it. Another, well, this is a shield. It's a zinc penny, but it's still a penny. So out of that hole, we were getting a 26. Not sure what this is, but it looks like a copper penny. Let me check the date. And you know what? It's not a penny. It's a nickel. It's just pink. But I'll take that. $42 to $45. Now we're getting a steady 42. And I'm not expecting it to be too far down. And that, look, Not too far down at all. It's a shielder, but it's a penny. $41.42, and lo and behold, I see it from here. Another shield penny. So out of this hole, we were getting a $39.40, and here we have another Memorial zinc penny. And about a 51 right here. So I'm hoping for my quarter to complete the cycle. And if you look there, we just completed our cycle. Not sure what kind it is. It's a state quarter or state park quarter, not sure. But anyway, it's a quarter, so I have completed the cycle for today. So Tex, you can buy a lottery ticket on me. Send me the bill. It's always nice to get one of everything. So out of this hole, we're getting a 26. And right here, we got another nickel. And right here, we're getting pretty jumpy, 42 to 46. I don't think it's too far down either. Of course. I've been wrong before, but I'm not this time. There it is. You can see it. Another Memorial penny. This is a 1982. That's the year they changed. And I believe it is a small date. So we're going to look this one up and weigh it. A good treasure hunter, even when it's raining and they're on their way to their car, can't keep from moving their metal detector over the ground. So I did, and found another penny on my way out the door. So here are the finds from the beach volleyball court as well as the playground. I was able to get back onto the playground as I was leaving the volleyball court. All the kids were gone, but then it started to rain, and it's raining a little bit now, so I'm not going to take all this junk inside, and I'll do the finds for the good stuff when I get in the house. But here it is. These two on the beach volleyball court, as well as this, and 11 cents. That was it. Like I said, I'm really disappointed that I didn't get a Matchbox car. But anyway, I'll do the rest when we get in. Oh, I did want to do this. This was pretty cool. It was a find in the parking lot. I'm not sure what it was, but it is pretty cool. Very ornate. But unfortunately, you know where it's going right now. But I just wanted to, I liked it. So I want to take the time to go over my good finds, and how I have it laid out here is what you see on the left. From here over, that came off the playground, and what you see on the right that came out of the parking lot, with the exception of 1 dime and 1 penny. So let me go over what we have here. So in the playground, we got 5, 6, 7, 8 zinc pennies, and you can see that this one right here is pretty ate up. But anyway, they're there. We got well, let me just make sure. Yep, that is. So we got 1 quarter, 3 dimes, 4 nickels, and 4 copper pennies. That was off the playground. Okay. Also on the playground, we got somebody's house key, and somebody lost their head playing on the playground. So we got him. He's brown hair. So if anybody out there is brown-headed and brown-haired and is missing your head, I have it right here. Now these are some pretty cool things that we got here. Okay, we got some pendants, and each pendant has something different on the side, so it's pretty cool. And what does this one say? I forget. I don't remember what it says, and I can't really read it right now, but it is pretty cool. But this one is my favorite, because these have my 2 favorite characters. All right, so here you have an angel escorting 2 children across a bridge. And this is probably my favorite, because as a little boy, my mother had a picture on the wall, big picture. When I say big, it was the size, it was at least 1.5 foot wide by 2.5 feet long. And it was in a frame, but it was my favorite picture because it was a picture of the angel escorting 2 children across an old rickety bridge. Just to say that God's with you. Now on the reverse side, I keep dropping it. Sorry. So let me turn this over. On the reverse side is Michael the Archangel. Now Michael the Archangel is, there's only 3 archangels: Gabriel, Michael, and Lucifer. And Lucifer got kicked out of heaven because he tried to take God's position, and they renamed him Satan. But he got cast out of heaven to the earth. Gabriel, and again, I'm going to put this down because I keep dropping it. Gabriel is the messenger. He's who God sends to deliver messages. Michael is in charge of the war angels. So when you go to war, he's the guy in charge. So he has always been one of my favorites. In fact, I have a necklace that I wear because I'm part of his army. And it is a Michael the Archangel. Now, this cleaned up really nice. Came off of probably a necklace. It's golden color with 3 rhinestones, but of course it is not gold. You can see how pitted it is. It was on the playground. It's gold plated. But anyway, it is pretty cool. Then we have this shell necklace, pendant that came off a necklace, or probably even a bracelet, I don't know. It's pretty heavy, but nowhere on it do I see it stamped. So I'm assuming that it is not precious, but at the same time was precious to somebody. And then the ring. And the ring is pretty cool, but it is a kid's ring. It's junk jewelry. It's not heavy at all. It's just, I would say, tin. Not even stainless steel or anything. It's very cheap, but very pretty. Now, today, I did get to go back on the playground. And some of the items over here are what I found today. And I didn't find a whole lot. I think I found one of the nickels, one of the dimes, and 2 pennies after I went back on. This, except for 1 dime and 1 penny, came out of that parking lot. Now, I did get a key. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dimes. No, 6 dimes. Sorry, I got 6 dimes. I'm trying to look through the camera at the same time. Only got 1 nickel, 2 quarters, and 5, 10, 14 zinc pennies. Now you look at this bottom row. This one here was the one I really had a hard time telling whether it was a penny. But you can see the memorial on the back side. On the front side, you can't hardly see nothing. But those are really crusted. But again, they were in the parking lot. They were in the gravel. And then I got 4 copper pennies. So I got total 8 copper pennies for the, so 3 times 8 is 24. So that's almost a quarter worth of copper pennies. But anyway, that was cool. I enjoyed the hunt. I thank you everyone for coming along and look forward to the next one. God bless you all. Be safe. And I love you very much.